There we go. There we go. Hi, I'm Elissa Goodman, and I am honored to be on here to talk about brain health and all kinds of things that you need to know. Also about building your immune system in regards to coming up in the fall. So I got a few questions to start off with, and then I was going to talk a little bit about the foods that I love that are amazing for brain health and overall health that I always have in my diet as well. So I see that the first question is about after a course of antibiotics. I don't know if you know, but a 10-day course of antibiotics, it takes about 6 months to replenish your beneficial microbiome. And there's definitely a brain-gut connection that we've been hearing about. So you really do want to take care of your gut in so many ways. And I am a big probiotic girl. There's a lot of research out there that is pro, and also research is saying it doesn't do anything for your gut. But I have seen over the years with clients that when I put them on really high grade, like 50 billion, 100 billion, 150, 200 billion, that they see the results. So there is definitely some supplements on my blog. There's probiotics that I love. Right now I'm loving Genuine Health 50 billion, Advanced Gut Health, and I'm also loving Dr. Axe's soil-based probiotic that's 50 billion as well. So I do love those, and I think you should take it ongoing, also way through the fall. You also, if you live in LA, if you can go to Erewhon and get the Tonics Coconut Kefir, it's full of beneficial probiotics, or the Coconut Kefir yogurts, and just have a little bit of that every day, like 2 to 4 ounces of the Coconut Kefir, and even, I don't even know if you have to have a cup of that yogurt-wise or half a cup. It will be really good food-based probiotics as well as taking the probiotic. And someone asked about the prebiotics, because prebiotics are what help build the probiotics in your gut. They actually make the environment healthy for probiotics to survive and flourish. And I don't do prebiotics in regards to taking anything. I do it through my food. So it's like asparagus and Jerusalem artichoke and onions and leeks, bananas, apples, also complex carbs, soluble fiber are really amazing prebiotics. So usually if you're plant-based eating, not solely, but mostly, you will get prebiotics and you won't have to take any probiotics supplement. So the next one, what is the best way to juice to optimize both our brain and total health? So yeah, I'm a juice fanatic queen. I'm actually drinking a green juice right now. This doesn't happen to be a juice that is freshly squeezed. It's a greens powder that I found. It's by Aura. It's called Easy Bean Green, and it definitely is Easy Bean Green. It tastes really amazing. I put it into a scoop into 16 ounces of water when I don't juice, and I squeeze some lemon in there, and it's delicious. Also, you can put a few drops of Omica stevia. OMICA is my favorite stevia on the market. Super clean, doesn't have any after funky taste. You just put a few drops, and it's also really delicious. And you can drink it. You can have these in the refrigerator and basically have them ready for the next day. They are a bunch of freeze-dried vegetables. They're not really high in the grassy, like chlorella and spirulina. They do have those, but it's more in regards to the vegetables than into the wheatgrass and chlorella and spirulina and all that stuff, even though it's in there as well. So that's why it tastes so good. And I also love juicing. So I did have a juice this morning: celery, cucumber, lemon, ginger. There are so many fabulous, celery is incredible for the brain. It actually takes mineral salts and neurotransmitters in the brain. So it kind of calms down the brain when it's firing on all cylinders. So I really do love straight celery juice, and I've seen amazing results with that. Also, the mineral salts really help you stay hydrated, fully hydrated. So I do love that. And the next question is, flu season approaching. What are some of the holistic ways to boost immunity that are positive towards, oh, my nose itches. What does that mean? So ways to boost immunity and is really through adding more vegetables and leafy greens to your diet. They are vitamins and minerals loaded with them, antioxidants, phytonutrients, they're super important, as well as fruit. So I actually really tell people, I train them to look at a plate, and half the plate is leafy greens, vegetables, all kinds of vegetables, and fruit. And then a quarter of the plate is protein and fat, and a quarter of the plate are complex carbs, because we need all of that. But the real clincher is all of the vegetables, leafy greens, to get those nutrients, to help you lower inflammation and really build immunity. Also, I have a blog post that talks about immune supplements. Right now, everybody should be taking vitamin D. I absolutely love orthomolecular vitamin K with D. It's great unless you have some heart issues or on like heart medication, you don't want to take the K. But D and K is amazing. 5,000 IU you should be on. Also, Eidon, EIDON, ionized zinc. You should be on that as well right now. It's a dropper, so you put one dropper in your water in the morning, and if you start to feel sick, you want to do dropper in the morning, dropper at night. Then, I love talking about supplements. Then Quicksilver makes a really great liposomal C. It tastes good. So I do a teaspoon of that in the morning. And if I start to feel kind of draggy and not great, I'll do a teaspoon at night too. So that's like 2,000 milligrams of vitamin C. You want to also take selenium. You want to basically have on hand Echinacea and Golden Seal by Nature's Answer, alcohol-free. And you want to have astragalus on hand, Nature's Answer, alcohol-free. I do not like having the herbs that I take have alcohol in them. You don't need those in your body. So those are great for when you're starting to feel crappy. And you can also, be on astragalus ongoing. That's also a great immune builder. And then I also love Silveron Bioactive Silver. It lowers bacteria and microbial stuff in the body so that things don't build up toxin-wise, and viruses and bacteria and fungus. So it keeps those down and at bay so your body can function properly. Then I also love elderberry as well. So Further Food is coming out with a new elderberry that tastes great. So I love that one too. How is holistic health different from traditional health? So this is a great question. Holistic health is all about getting to the root of your health issues, whatever they may be. Even if you can't lose weight, something like that, or if you're just tired all the time. It doesn't have to be like serious cancer, autoimmune stuff, but it is getting to the root of why you can't lose weight, why you're tired all the time. I mean, we also holistically, you do a lot more blood tests to get to the bottom of what you might be missing, and really looking at the blood work thoroughly, looking at your sugar levels, looking at all your thyroid panel, looking at everything in terms of cholesterol. If your cholesterol molecules are dense or they're fluffy, that makes a big difference. Also looking at your liver enzymes. Usually, people, like if you're within range, they don't even bother to look at it. Also, some of your blood markers, you could be B12 deficient, folate deficient. So, holistic health, like functional and integrative doctors and all of that, they look at those things in detail and they can actually really get a better picture. Also, nutrient deficiencies. They do a nutrient deficiency test to see where you're nutrient deprived instead of just taking all of these supplements and, just throwing something up against the wall and hope it sticks. They actually see where you are nutrient deprived. The other thing with holistic health is they talk to you about your emotional well-being, your stress levels. Are you happy with where you're at, your job, your home life? Right now things are just out of control with stress and people being emotionally calm and feeling good about themselves. So right now I'm having a lot of clients having issues, and because we are not getting out to see people and we're not connecting with other human beings as often as we used to in person, we're kind of stuck in a situation maybe that isn't so healthy. So holistic health does take a look at all of those factors, and also, what your health was like as a kid. Also, what was your stress levels like as a kid? So I love holistic health, as you can imagine, because there's always things when I'm talking to my clients that I'm asking them, about their past, maybe things that have come up today. I had a breast cancer woman from Canada, a really beautiful lady. I asked her if she had a root canal. I ask all of my breast cancer ladies if they've had root canals or if they've had wisdom teeth removed and maybe the wisdom teeth didn't heal properly. The sutures where the wisdom teeth were, where they took them out. And basically 9 out of 10 people that have had breast cancer that are come my way basically have had root canals. So, and what that means is there's no research behind this or solid research that says that root canals cause cancer. They don't, but when someone does a root canal, they actually cannot protect all the bacteria that gets into these canals. So if someone then is not eating well, is stressed, emotionally not doing well, their immune system is compromised, then that bacteria can wreak havoc. And the root canal is, and wisdom teeth and your teeth are a direct, meridian above your breast. So it's really fascinating. So I ask all those kind of questions. So I want to talk a little bit about the foods that I love for brain health. Avocados are one. They have monounsaturated fats, which is a really healthy fat. They also contain K and folate, which helps blood clots to the brain. So it protects against stroke. So you don't want to overdo avocados, but you do want to have them in your diet. They improve cognitive function, memory, and concentration. So avocados should be in your protocol. Beets. I absolutely love beets. My fiance and I have this fight all the time because I just could have beets all the time for dinner and he hates them. So he just remembers them coming in a can and they tasted horrible, but I love beets. Beets are some of the most nutritious, vegetable on the planet. They reduce inflammation. They're cancer-protecting antioxidants. They have these nitrates in the beets, which I love, that boost blood flow to the brain and help with mental performance. So I love beets. And they also give you energy. So I love those. And then the next one are blueberries. Blueberries have some of the highest antioxidants of the foods known to man. So I have blueberries around all the time. They also have high levels of gallic acid, which are good for protecting the brain from degeneration and stress. They protect, and that's also antioxidants help from the stress as well. Also, I have been a big fan of bone broth. So I either will buy bone broth or I'll put collagen powder in my vegan broth that I have on my cleanse. What's great is they have these amino acids that help rebuild the intestinal lining, protect the intestinal lining. So it's really important again with the gut brain health. And so for their food, bovine collagen powder, I put that in my vegan broth on my cleanse. And I love that. And I think the vegan broth, the collagen powder did help me heal from celiac disease. So I think that is really important. And also there are 2 amino acids, proline and glycine, which are great for immune system, but they're also great for helping improve memory. So amino acids are really important. So as you can see, I'm not a total vegan. Broccoli is the next one. It's vitamin K and choline, and it helps with the memory. So, and also it's hugely, the sulforaphane in broccoli help remove toxins from the body. So I basically can't get enough broccoli. Celery, like we talked about, the celery juice with the mineral salts, but it has a lot of antioxidants. It has polysaccharides, which acts as anti-inflammatory, and it can help alleviate inflammation. And it's amazing. Like I said, the mineral salts for the brain. I know when people are juicing straight celery juice, their brain is on fire. They're mentally alert, and it really does help with any type of headaches, migraines, stuff like that. So hormone issues. The next one, dark chocolate. Dark chocolate, as you know, has all these flavonoids and antioxidants and anti-inflammatory properties. They lower blood pressure, and they also improve blood flow to the heart and to the brain. So stick with the dark chocolate that's 70%. Don't go milk chocolate. Don't do any chocolate that has, additive sugars in it. Okay. So then the next one, I think I am probably going way too fast. Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming on and listening to me ramble. So extra virgin olive oil, truly, it's one of the most powerful antioxidants known, with the polyphenols as well. Improves learning and memory. It reverses age and disease-related changes. It also fights against the ADLs, proteins that are toxic for the brain that induce Alzheimer's. So I do love olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. And what I do is I just use it in its pure form. I don't cook with it, actually. So I put it on my salads, or I make these macro bowls and I pour it on that. So I actually do not cook with olive oil, even on low heat. I use avocado oil, I use coconut oil, and I also use grass-fed butter. So the next food that I love and that I juice and that I eat all the time, daily, are the leafy greens. There are brain foods like Swiss chard and kale and romaine, even romaine. Some people ask me, they think that romaine's a throwaway vegetable, but research has showed that these leafy greens are really great for dementia. So I am consistently juicing romaine and kale and Swiss chard, and then many of you that know me that I have a soup cleanse, a 5-day soup cleanse, and there's always these vegetables in the soup cleanse. They are actually eating the vegan broth, probably not the romaine, but the Swiss chard and the kale, and like tons of other vegetables. But our salads have kale, and our soups have Swiss chard, and our salads have romaine. And basically on that cleanse, we probably have about 45 to 50 different vegetables, and in 5 days. So I do have to say, in 5 days, I see changes in people that are so remarkable. I mean, people's energy increases, their brain fog lifts, they sleep better, their skin is glowing, their gut issues are better in terms of they're digesting their food better, they're going to the bathroom regularly, which is big, and they lose weight. So it's just such a beautiful thing when I see people go on a plant-based diet with all these wonderful vegetables out there, which a lot of times we forget about eating. We just kind of get into a rut of eating the same things over and over again. So, and taking out the gluten, taking out the dairy, taking out, GMO foods, taking out added sugars, all of those foods, as you can imagine, are not great for brain health. So they really cause inflammation, and, also for immune building for the fall, you really want to watch all of those things. You only want to have about 25 at the most added grams of sugar per day. So really watch your added sugar and really try to take the dairy out. Unless you're sprinkling a little bit of feta or goat cheese on a salad or a bowl, cow dairy is really not good for you. And watch your saturated fat with the animal protein. It's really hard for us to break down the saturated fat animal protein. So I'm not saying don't eat it, because I do eat it. I love fish. I love salmon. That's also another incredible brain food with the omegas. And I have salmon about at least 2 times a week. I try to do salmon and trout 2 to 3 times a week. So, but it's hard to break down the saturated fat. So, and it really does a number on our liver if we eat too much of it, because that's where your fat is processed, and you don't want a fatty liver. And you want the liver working really well, so it actually processes any of the toxins and, converts the fat and removes them out of the body. And also you want the bile from the liver going into the digestive tract to break down your food. So it's really important to maybe have animal protein once a day rather than 3 times a day. okay? Or just break it up and give yourself a 5-day soup cleanse and then go back to having animal protein, every other day. You'll notice a difference. I mean, a big difference. So, and also the other food, so the leafy greens, like I said, I love. There's been a lot of studies with leafy greens on older adults. They have been given 2 servings of leafy greens a day, and they experience slower mental deterioration than those who ate no vegetables. So even when factors like age and education, family history of dementia were factored in. So it's not really hard to get 2 servings of leafy greens into your diet per day. The last food, I think it's my last food. Nope, I talked about salmon. So rosemary. Rosemary has this carnosic acid. I didn't say that right. One of the main ingredients in rosemary to protect the brain from neurodegeneration. So it's really crucial to have rosemary as a herb in your food. It does protect the brain against chemical and free radicals. So, and they have a lot of research showing that it really does help with Alzheimer's and stroke and normal aging of the brain. Rosemary is amazing for your eyesight as well. So, turmeric is another one. I actually take omega-3 supplements. I take the algae-based ones. So I love just getting a lot of omegas in my diet. I don't think we actually get enough. Because when you eat wild salmon, you will get enough omegas, but if you eat farm-raised salmon, you will not. You'll get 25% of what wild-raised salmon gives you. So I do that every night. And I take 1.2 milligrams to 1.5 milligrams of algae-based omegas. Then I also take turmeric and curcumin. Curcumin is super powerful for lowering inflammation. And it has also had a ton of research on, the antioxidant levels and keeping your immune system strong. It also improves brain's oxygen intake and keeping you alert. So I actually take further foods. Curcumin, I take it twice a day. Also, there's a lot of studies right now showing that curcumin is incredible for fighting against COVID. So I have to say, a lot of my clients who did get COVID, I put them on curcumin, 1,000 milligrams in the morning and 1,000 milligrams at night, and they noticed a difference right away. So they were having breathing issues, lethargicness, all of those things, brain fog, and once they had been on the curcumin for a couple of days, that lifted. So I think curcumin is incredible to take ongoing, and I do take that ongoing. Also, like I said, the omegas are amazing. So the other food that I love are walnuts. So walnuts are just great for cognitive health. They also have omegas. They have antioxidants, and they have vitamin E in the nuts, which helps. Vitamin E has been talked about in terms of warding off Alzheimer's. So as you can see, probably mostly all of these foods, except for avocados, are on my cleanse, which basically I tell this cleansers to add to their salads. But most of these vegetables and the broth and the broccoli, the celery, the olive oil, leafy greens, rosemary. We don't have salmon, so turmeric and walnuts are all on the cleanse. So basically, it's really, you want to eat food that is just really close to the earth and also natural whole foods. That is, you want to go organic as much as possible, because a lot of these foods are having, pesticides, heavy metals. Also, there's so many toxins out there. It's crazy what we're onslaughted with. Also, you want to, like with your animal protein, you want to just eat as clean as possible. Hormone-free, antibiotic-free, grass-fed, so they have more nutrients in them. So basically, they get their amino acids from what they eat They aren't naturally produced in the animal protein. So if you do eat really high quality sources, you should be fine. You also don't want to go over like 3 to 5 ounces of animal protein as well, because that is about 30 grams of protein. So that's a great amount of protein per serving. So yeah, that's really important, to be making sure that you get clean sources. And like I said, organic, because you don't want to, we are onslaughted with all these toxins, and our body is not detoxing and cleansing them fast enough in terms of what we are being exposed to these days. So another thing that's really, really crucial is being hydrated, like fully hydrated. We need minerals in our diet for the water to go into our cells and really hydrate us. Dehydration is a massive problem these days. Water is a cleansing agent for the body. Water also helps with motility, and it helps you, stay regular. So I do have a hydrating powder that I love, and I've been using for 10 years, called Ultima Replenisher Hydrating Powder. And it is full of macro minerals, and it really does energize you. It gives you mental clarity. It curbs your appetite, because a lot of times you think you're hungry, but you're dehydrated. It's phenomenal. It also, what's amazing about it, it helps the water really go into the cells. So you notice the hydration with your skin, and you aren't running to the bathroom every 5 minutes. I know a lot of people don't drink enough water because they don't want to go to the bathroom all the time. So I love this powder. You should try it. Just actually don't put a lot of powder in your water. I do like a travel packet of the Ultima Replenisher in like 32 ounces of water, and that is plenty sweet enough. And when I used to travel, I used to put that in my bottle of water when I was on an airplane, and I would not have to get up and go to the bathroom. So it was beautiful. It was really, and also it's great for jet lag. Not that a lot of you are traveling these days. So today I made this like greens powder, the Aura Easy Bean Green, and I put a little bit of the Ultima Lemonade Stevia in here, and it actually is delicious. So I was feeling a little low energy today, just because of, everything going on in the world, and watching the debate last night. Didn't sleep that well, but drinking that, having my juice this morning and drinking this right now has really given me more energy and mental clarity. So someone asked on there a little bit about low energy and feeling fatigued and drained. And really, if you were to do what I just said, you will notice a difference. And adding more vegetables into your diet, and going plant-based, and not eating as many carbs, because the carbs really do, the simple carbs turn into sugar. So like the pastas or the breads, things like that. If we eat wraps, if we eat too much of those, they will make us lethargic. So you want to watch what you're eating there, and you want to eat complex carbs, because complex carbs have minerals. So it's like sweet potatoes and squash and beets and carrots and legumes and beans and brown rice, quinoa, all of those, wild rice are really great things for minerals, which I was saying will help with hydration, and also just help calm down the central nervous system if you're feeling, anxious these days and a little bit moody. That will help. So I wish there were some more questions coming up here. Anybody else want to ask a question? I feel like I'm just rambling on here. I feel like I just want to say that, I turned 60 in COVID. It was just really a blast having a COVID 60 birthday. I always say to people, I never have felt better than how I feel today. Even with all the mayhem going on out there in the universe, the way that I eat and the way that I emotionally take care of myself, exercise, get, a lot of sleep. I get 8 hours of sleep a night. I walk every day, or I do yoga. I do meditate a little bit for 5 minutes every day to just calm down my brain. And, just I feel fantastic. It says, can you please repeat the name of the hydration powder? Yes, Ultima Replenisher Hydrating Powder. ULTIMA Replenisher Hydrating Powder. We love orange and lemonade flavor. Do you suggest those suffering from LPR? By the way, you look amazing. Suffering from... You're going to have to tell me what LPR is. How come I don't know what that is? What does that stand for, LPR? I should know that. Anyway, yes, I talk to people all the time. I do client calls. I do a lot of Zooms, and I love helping people, change a few things in their diet or a few supplements, or trying to figure out, like we said earlier, getting to the root cause of whatever's going on with them. We can help. I mean, it's really fun to be able to see people change and transform. Thank you. What to eat or drink to help. Wait, come on, come up there. Oh, to help with sleeplessness. That's a good one. Those complex carbs. If you eat complex carbs at night, that helps calm down the central nervous system and will get you ready for bed. So I definitely don't skip complex carbs at night. Also, what I love is Tulsi tea. Organic India makes a Tulsi tea, and it's adaptogen herb. It's holy basil, and basically it will keep you calm, and it actually is great for hormones and stress, and it tastes like tea, so it tastes amazing. And I love that. Drink that before you go to bed and eat complex carbs and see how you do. But I also love a supplement called Restful Night Essentials Extended Release. It has a little bit of L-theanine, GABA, and melatonin in it. And the melatonin is extended release throughout the night. Reflux GERD symptoms. I have to tell you, drinking straight celery juice on an empty stomach in the morning has really transformed my people who have reflux and GERD symptoms. The celery juice with the mineral salts helps rebuild the hydrochloric acid. So that has been incredible. Also digestive enzymes, Enzymatica Digest Gold, AT Pro. Take those 3 in the morning, maybe 3 later in the day, see how you do. And also go more plant-based with acid reflux GERD. Reflux. Okay. So definitely you want to, juicing is great for LPR. Also plant-based eating is fantastic for that as well. So there really isn't anything that plants don't heal, okay, and don't help. And you just want to lower overall inflammation in the body as much as possible. So you want to eat a lot of antioxidants, phytonutrients to combat that oxidative stress. Also, you want to detox and cleanse as much as possible, and that is with the leafy greens and the vegetables and fruit and hydration. That also will help lower inflammation and will help, get nutrients cellularly. Like this juice is really beneficial for vitamins and minerals going right into the bloodstream and then going into the cells. So you want to bypass the digestive system and get as many nutrients into the bloodstream and into the cells as much as possible. So that's through green juices, through a greens powder, in water, or in a smoothie, and pureed soups are the best way to do that. So I want to just thank all you guys for listening to me ramble for over 30 minutes. I absolutely love being on here, and I'm always honored to be asked to talk about what I know. I can't believe that I get to do what I do and help people out there. So if anybody out there that's been on this live wants to reach out to me, you can reach out through the website or reach out through my email, info@elissagoodman.com. And honestly, I will answer any of your questions. If you have some intimate questions you don't want to put on the live, I will be happy to answer those and instruct you on what supplements to take. If you want to send me blood work, I could look at that. So again, I'm here to help in any way I can. So Here's to good health and hopefully a very, hopefully calm rest of the year. Okay, guys? Talk to you later. Bye.
Baby, Mommy didn't need to lie.
Wait, I don't know how to, this is, how do I put it on to share to IGTV? I know I should know how to do this, but how do I, I know I am, and this is embarrassing. Okay, I gotta, wait.
You can end it first.